Well, the time has come. We were finally here to watch Fox's last movie, according to the X-Men franchise. I know. First off, it's not Fox's first or last outing. I'm pretty sure that the Fox movie studios are going to live on under the Disney umbrella. It's still going to probably have the Fox imprint on it, but at the same time, it's going to be Disney, and it's going to be done differently. So these are the last of kind of the Mark Singer universe. And tonight's movie is going to be X-Men: The Dark Phoenix Saga, and I'm kind of excited about it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get in there, guys. I'm gonna watch this film, and then in just a couple of seconds, I'll be right back to tell you what I think about it. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Well, guys, I just got done watching X-Men Dark Phoenix. All right, let me just start off and giving you a little history. Now, first off, the Dark Phoenix saga started all the way back like 40 years ago. This is when I first started reading comics back in I started reading comics 1978, 1979, somewhere around there. The Dark Phoenix saga was printed in the pages of X-Men around approximately 1980. And it's basically, here's the thing, if I remember correctly, again, it was 40 years ago, so what we're talking about is basically, I think there was a common enemy, and the X-Men were on the moon, and they had to fight the common enemy, and in the meanwhile, we had a subplot where Jean Grey, her powers were ramping up and becoming something different. And basically, what happened is that she had to become something bigger and stronger and more exotic to defeat these this common enemy, this enemy that they were fighting. And because she lost control and she became the threat. Instead of this other enemy, she became the threat. And it was Scott Summers, a.k.a. Cyclops, that had to take her down. And he was the one that eventually defeated her and I think ended her life. He had to kill her to save the rest of humanity. And that story right there is revered within the comic community and for years and years. In fact, Chris Claremont and John Byrne kind of cemented their position in the comic industry with that one story plot right there. The fans loved that, and if that was this movie would have probably succeeded, even if it was kind of a shadow of that story. But we didn't get that. Not exactly. We got something so far removed from that. There were elements of that story in the story, but it was so far removed that I couldn't care. I couldn't find it within myself to care about this movie. This movie really didn't get rolling until at least the third act. There's like a battle scene near the end that some of the clever stuff actually started happening. And I'm like, all right, I started getting behind it a little bit, just a teeny bit, but it was just not enough to pull this lackluster, this mediocre movie out of its own depths and make it a good movie. It was just not enjoyable, guys. Was it the worst movie I've ever seen? No, but it was definitely, I've seen better X-Men movies, let alone better movies in general. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it a score, and then I'll just talk a little bit more, and I'll wish you guys a good night. Basically, we're looking at, I'm going to give it a 15%. Like I said, there was only one segment in the whole movie that I actually did enjoy. And the rest of it was just time filler for me. So 50%, 15, the big 15 that's it. That's what we're looking at, 15%. to my chagrin, my great chagrin, because I desperately want, and I honestly do feel that they should let this X-Men franchise cool down. But I think that the Fantastic Four is suffering because of that, because it's been quite a few years since we've got a Fantastic Four movie. That piece of shit, Josh Trank, travesty of justice. But it's been a while, and so I think the fans have forgotten enough of that so that we can actually bring out a new Fantastic Four movie. And I would love the next wave of Marvel movies to be kind of Fantastic Four centric, kind of the backbone of the next plot. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. We all know for sure that that's not going to happen, for the simple fact that Kevin Feige has actually come out and said that we will not see any of these characters ever grace our presence again on the movie screen for another 5 years. It's going to be 5 years until we see these characters again. So that, I guess I have to live until that point. Man, that's asking a lot. But all right, so I guess I'll dig in and wait for that. So I guess the next Marvel movie that I'm really kind of excited for, and I haven't heard nothing about it, but again, those leaked images of some of the title cards, Nova was part of that, and I would really like to see a Nova movie. Now, granted, I just mentioned that the Eternals are going to be one of the Marvel movies that are coming out, and I could give two hoots about that. I don't care. I don't care about the Eternals. But at the same time, I remember saying the same thing about Guardians of the Galaxy, and those actually turned out to be pretty entertaining films. So I have my faith in Marvel, and I believe they're going to put out a new product, or a good product. I'm sorry, but but to be honest with you, the most excited I am is for the next. For the new Nova movie that's coming out, and I think that's gonna not even next year, but probably the year after that. Well, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'm done wasting your time. I do want to say that the next movie I'm really excited about is Spider-Man: Far From Home. I'm pretty sure I got the title right that time, because all the other videos I've made, I've kept on misquoting the title of that movie. I think it's Far and Away. I think that's what I've been calling it. But for Far From Home is going to be July 2nd. That's a movie that I'm excited about seeing. But I'm hoping to see you guys in the next few weeks, because I am taking a vacation. Yay! So I may be able to squeeze a couple more movie reviews in for you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to talk about that. But as always, hey, if I've said anything to anger you, or if you agree with me, if you have any thoughts whatsoever, I would love to hear from them. And so leave them in the comments below. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and wish you guys peace. Montane, I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.